Rumble.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Chuckles here, and today I've got some Rumble gameplay for you on Burning Shrine. I'm using the Doctrine of Passing, which is the Trials of Osiris auto rifle, and I'm also using the 1,000-yard stare. And as for heavy, I actually don't get heavy till the end, and I have a sword and I don't even use it. Today's gameplay, though, is not about some amazing gameplay or live commentary. I was actually asked a question, or there's a comment on my last video that I wanted to address and to talk about, because I actually think it was a really good question that a lot of people don't talk about. And basically what it was, the guy said, I don't want to mention names just for confidential stuff or whatever. If you wanted to, that's fine. But basically I was asked, we see your good games, but do you ever have games where everything feels off and you can't get kills? Is that because of better competition, or is there days where you were just feeling off? And that's actually a really good question. A question that a lot of players don't actually take the time to think about or to actually ask. And the truth is, every player, every PvP player, every PvE player, no matter how much time you spend playing, no matter how good you are, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're just a player, it doesn't matter. We can upload all these awesome gameplays every single day, but we have games that are poor. We do dumb stuff. We don't always have perfect games. We get outplayed, we get beat, we lose, we die. I know that's pretty obvious, but I mean, a lot of people think, if you're gonna be a good player, you can't make any mistakes. You've got to do all these things. You've got to constantly have these high KDs, and you really don't. I don't base a good game off of my KD. I mean, I'll look at my KD, and if I have a 10 KD, I'll be like, oh, I did pretty solid. But the reason I'm not basing my gameplay off of the KD that I got, I'm basing my game off of how did I get that KD and how did I benefit my team. Now, obviously, if it's Rumble, it's how did I completely demolish the other team, or everybody else in the game, which this game I don't. It's actually a pretty close game up until the end when I start to go on a little spree. But, people have a lot of these off games, and people have a really, I think people have the wrong mentality about KDs, and that's all people look at. And, here's a good example. That play right there was so sloppy. I couldn't aim to save my life. I know I'm using a bullet hose, but I think I hit 2 out of 50 some bullets. That's pretty damn bad. And and that's gonna bring me to my next point. There's gonna be things that are going to affect your gameplay. For example, my personal life. Yesterday, I worked 11 hours. So today, I wasn't even gonna make a video because I'm exhausted, and honestly, I have to go to work today on Thanksgiving, which really sucks because I would much rather be spending my day with my family, but I can't because I have to work all weekend. And so 1, I'm tired, and 2, I'm pretty upset that I have to work tomorrow. So my gameplays today, they haven't been perfect. I've had some off games that have just been, kind of bored because I'm stuck here at the house by myself, just kind of waiting to go to work, which, I mean, it's fine, you have to work. Work pays bills and stuff. But, there's going to be things that affect you like that. Hell, even just being hungry sometimes can change how you play. Just being groggy or foggy-headed from when you first wake up. I usually play PvE, honestly, when I first wake up. I'll pop in and do an hour's worth of strikes on a day off or a day where I have a couple hours to play around with. And then I'll pop in and do some Rumble. And then I will pop in and just do some either Crucible or whatever game mode that I decide to play. But there's a lot that goes into having a good game. Some players can, they can just hop on and be awesome. I'm not like that, and I know a lot of people aren't like that. You gotta practice or warm up. And to be honest, you see those, I know that, for example, esports. Players will tell you that they practice, 10, 12 hours a day. And if you want to be good, you have to do that every single day. That's not necessarily even true either. I mean, yes, a lot of the good players do play a lot, but it's not necessarily how much you play, it's how you play. You could play 12 hours straight, and if you get frustrated at your second hour in, and you're pissed off, or you're on tilt, and you keep playing, you're going to start making bad habits, or making bad decisions, and those bad decisions are going to become bad habits, and if you do those in every single one of your games, that's actually making your gameplay worse. What you want to do when you're playing is you want to find all of the good things that you do in a game, and continue improving on those things with all of your next gameplays. Whether, if you did something good today, try and make sure in a week or a month from now, that's something that you do on a consistent and on a regular basis. And if you do something that's bad or a mistake, first of all, admit that you made the mistake and find the mistake. And once you have done that and identified what your issue was, and one, identify the issue, two, identify how can you fix the issue. It could be minor or it could be major. Once you figure out what it is, the next step is, just working on it and trying to improve. And a lot of players think it's going to be instant. It's not. You don't have to put in like hours and hours and hours to fix it. You've just got to find the right way to do it. Some things are going to take more time than others. For example, gunplay. For me, I've played this game since day one, and my gunplay, I'm still not, an absolutely amazing sniper. I'm still don't have perfect accuracy. Honestly, each day it's going to vary on how I play, based on how I'm feeling, and just based on the guns that I'm using. But there's other things like positioning and map knowledge. I'm a really smart guy when it comes to that stuff, and I love numbers, and I love maps and strategies and stuff. So that kind of stuff I pick up really quickly, and I've been able to adapt very quickly. But gunplay, that might take some more time, and every player is going to vary. So don't expect, instant success the next day. And if you have a bad game, instead of being pissed off about it, if people are going to lag, you're going to play against 6-man fire teams, I'm not telling you can't be frustrated, because every player gets frustrated, myself included, and a lot of good players will. That's how you let that frustration affect you, or even, not even frustration, even just your feelings, how you let what happens in-game and out-of-game affect you. As long as you can just hold yourself together, and this is going to be applied to, not only the game, but just in life together, life in general. Hold yourself together, figure out what's bothering you, identify it, and like I said, try and fix it, guys. Don't think, though, that just because you only can average like a 1 or 2 KD, that you're a bad player. That doesn't mean anything. Your KD is just a number. And stop comparing yourself. This drives me nuts. Do not compare yourself to somebody else. If you look at this gameplay at the end, I have a 2.88, I think, KD or something like that. And someone's probably going to be watching this thinking, well, that's a really good KD. What are you talking about? This is poor gameplay. Yeah, I won the game, and yeah, I had above a 2.5 KD. But to me, I have higher expectations for myself than maybe what you do, or maybe I have less. Don't sit there, though, and base yourself off of somebody else. Figure out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, how strong you are in certain aspects of the game, and go through and constantly judge your performance off of the things that you already know about yourself. Find ways to improve, and find ways to change. But only use yourself as a comparison. Don't use another YouTuber or another player. Take their advice, or look at how they do things, but make sure you implement it and make it your own. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I know it's a little bit different than usual, but I wanted to try and answer the question. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and I'll see you later.